Okay, we see that we have these these higher lows in place, breaking above this area. Tagged it, rolled over. It was really a kind of hard day to trade, quite honestly. It was just a in and got and then broke down and bounced back up, broke down a little bit, but not much. I mean, it's just not a trending day. So again, there wasn't many. There were opportunities, but again, if you were trading this, even on the 5 minute, it's not an easy thing to sit through all of this. And you break down, and you see one candle, and you think it's going to go, and then it goes up, and it's just not an easy day. Tight range day today. So we have to see what's going on. Volume is weaker, however, it gapped up and with low volume. So we got to see what's going to happen. But again, the bias is to the long side. QQQ, same thing. If we look at the intraday type of action, we can see that it was pretty sideways. I mean, you had this gap up, and then look at all of this time that you had. It was pretty much sideways. And the worst thing to do is to short a boring market, or quite honestly go long, because you're just saying, okay, maybe it's here, maybe it's here, maybe it's here. All right, it broke down. Oh, I should have. Let's see how many waves that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's still kind of not even giving you some type of wave pattern as well, and then ends up being right back in it at the end of the day. Hard day to trade, better day to golf. Okay, right, Ben? So we got to look at some other stuff as well. We got let's look. Shoot, come on. All right, back to the daily. We got the Russell. Russell looked a lot better than it did yesterday, quite honestly. IWM. I said that if this inside day, if it had broke this low, it actually would have continued to the downside, but it ended up gapping up and kind of staying up there. So right now, again, looking at the higher time frame, you can see again it's sideways, went down, and it's just we need to see where this thing is going to go. I wanted to get it back above these levels. I mean, or at least this one. Okay, so I want to see it get it back above there before I consider doing anything, because again, the volume is low, and on the retracements, you don't want the volume to be low. So this is something to be, very, very aware of regarding the IWM. It's still not out of the woods yet. Diamond, again, we have a gap up and continued up, but again, same sideways action that was pretty painful for the majority of the day. This is something, I don't care what nobody says, this is not something you want to be a part of. It's better to just sit out, you could probably do some studying, reading, or whatever. Just this is the action that, again, if you're looking for breakouts, this can be very, very difficult. So again, you can get worked over really quick. But again, the bias is towards this, but we kind of still want to see this price action. It's still still churning, still churning. So again, the churn, you can look at this as a rising wedge, but until it breaks one way or the other, it's still just tightening up. So we have to respect those levels. Let's look at Apple. Apple pretty much gave you the same type of day. I mean, it was churning pretty much for the majority of the day as well. You can see here, churning for the majority of the day, and then broke up. But again, a very difficult day to trade if you were intraday. Even right now, I'm not sure. I'm not a believer right now, because you have this price action. You have down, gap up, gap up, stay up, gap up, close down. You're like, shit, where is it gonna go? And you have this on these last few days, and you can see that currently it's a lower high. So if it breaks this level, okay, I think that if it breaks that 93.72, or at least breaks this low and closes low, we have to see where we're going from there, because this is not really that attractive of a price action. Facebook, again, the long, I think, was definitely just right here, and this might be profit taking. Again, this is a hard one because you're only getting like one day before you get some type of pullback. So again, I'm just trying to show how you guys can have some better risk regarding entries and stuff like that. So Microsoft hasn't been at this level for years, so kind of just really have to see how this one is going to be playing out, but still, there's nothing bearish about that chart. Bidu, I think there's definitely going to be some type of profit taking again at this level. So if you're in already, I would definitely peel off some, because I think that the target is hit and you're going to look for just a retracement. I mean, the entry was actually down here. You had a second chance to get long here, and it's really, I mean, how much do you think it's gonna go? I mean, from here we got what? We got around 8 bars up, 8 days of action per se. So how many you think is gonna go straight up? You gotta be really careful with that. Somehow don't show often pluck. This thing gets so much attention. I think it's because of the low dollar stock. But again, the entry was right here. This break, or if you have the engulfing, the break is here, but you're gonna have to peel off pretty quick because this is up 13%, gaps up, and then you see the price action, how it just rolled. You know, for the rest of it rolled down. Okay, so this would be something considered a piercing pattern, so you have to be really cautious regarding that. Herbalife, this is the reason why it's gotten so much attention, is because, good Lord, I don't know what happened today, what news, up 25%. You know, we'll see how this one looks for that couple of days. IBM, nice setup, that this nice flag that's moving. This one looks really good. If you bought today, stop below here. I talked about how it layered below. I mean, this is how I like to trade. Layer below, pull back above previous pivots, breaking back to the upside. Just want to see some follow through of volume. I'm not waiting to all the way up here. Fuck that. So I like my money. Tesla, we have these lower highs in place, and we need to be careful. It's not perfect, but you can see the lower highs in place. Again, I'm not looking, and I know people want to be the first one to get that breakout. I don't care about that. You know, I want this. I want it to break down, break back up, test these levels, volume weak, and then flush down. It never happens perfectly, but that's what I would like to see versus just somebody just trying to see the low of this candle and break. Say, oh, it broke the 50, I'm going short. Not like, I don't like that stuff. And last but not least, McDonald's has definitely been worked over pretty well. Nice trade if you guys took it. Again, my entry, as slow as, you know, in the middle of the fast move would probably be this 1 bar pullback and this downside going in. So again, I wouldn't want to be churning, but you could definitely see, and it just didn't give that type of entry that I really like. And this is, you know, you see the churning action. Sometimes it breaks up, you know, sometimes it's just a follow through. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves, and probably a lower high from here. Probably this break right here would be my entry right here. This break of this one from this lower high from here to here. Very low risk. You're talking about what, 33 cents. So 33 cents to break down all the way to you know, 5%. That's a pretty good deal. So that's how I would look to view that. So again, you can look at this one for setting up, because again, I don't want to chase now, especially the volume being at the tail end, which we discussed before. So there's gonna have to be some type of profit taking and stuff like that, especially a rip down the side, and you just wait for the next setup versus chasing down here and then you say, oh, the market's rigged. It's not rigged. You just got in, you just chased, you couldn't be patient. So just be patient. All right, take care. We should have some price action hopefully tomorrow, and if we don't, we sit on our hands, because again, you don't want to get chopped up because you just want to have some type of activity. Okay, when the trade and the trends and price movement all comes together, that's when the trading becomes not easier, but you get more opportunities, and that's what you're looking for. Take care.